Hi again. Wow, vlog number 7, 7 weeks. Hopefully it's of some interest. Anyway, I guess when you're seeing this it'll be 2026, which is kind of amazing, isn't it? Time just seems to go so quickly. As you know, if you've seen other episodes, I lost my darling husband in 2024, my husband Fraser, and I can't say it's been easy. Of course it hasn't. But I'm here with my great team, and I will admit, last year I did have the business up for sale for a while, but that didn't happen. Well, we didn't get any inquiries. It was a worse time. It was just before the election, budgets, God knows what. So there was no point having it up for sale. I took it off for sale as well after discussing with the agent. There was no point really. And as things sometimes happen, I think it was the right thing. You know, I have got a renewed passion, and I'm especially concentrating on marketing, hence this vlog. I want to spread the word. I want to get us more group bookings, which is something that we're really good at here. Having 6 little cabins with all the ancillary buildings, it just makes sense. It works fabulously for retreats and group bookings, family bookings, hen groups, you know, works really well. So please inquire. Anyway, today I'm going to show around tiny home SAOIRSE, however you want to say it is fine by me. I take full responsibility for the pretentious names. Okay. Anyway, I hope you like SAOIRSE. It's another gorgeous day. I've been saving the show rounds. We have these lovely crisp winter days. So here's tiny home SAOIRSE. I'm going to go for SAOIRSE. Anywho, this cabin is very, very similar to tiny home Ailey. You can see, I'll walk around here a bit. You can see it's got that same double roof line thing, sort of angled roofs. The reason that those roofs are so popular in tiny homes is for space maximisation, really, because you've got that mono-pitch roof, and then the other bit gives you a little bit more on the ground floor. I hope that makes sense. And obviously you can fit a lot of windows. You see this shape a lot with tiny homes on wheels, because again it maximises the amount of space you can get, you know, without making it too high. Because if you had a flat roof, it'd be really high and, you know, not so great if you're on wheels. But we like the shape. That's why we did it. So there you go. Well, it isn't the main reason, but all the reference that I gave our architect, you know, he used all the reference that we gave him, and this is one of the classic tiny home shapes. So it was Keith Cunningham as our architect. If you want his contacts, please get in touch. I've been discussing with him actually about making plans available to buy for other people. So if that is something that you fancy, please get in touch. It's early days, and I guess he'd offer a service that could be just buying the plans, a pack of plans, or it could be liaising with your builders and your building control. So, you know, early days. I've only just started discussing that with him because I think there might be some interest. People do ask when they stay. Anyway, back to our show round tiny home SAOIRSE. So this cabin has some extra features with regards to accessibility. The path up to this one, as you can see, compared to some of the others, is wider, so you can drive down to here. And we've obviously got an access ramp. We have had several guests stay who use a wheelchair, and they've all been fine. Obviously, with tiny homes, we'd be lying if we said that we had great accessibility. But, you know, depending on someone's needs, I think this one has the best. I'll show you some other things inside as well. There's Silver next door. You can see here that there's generous spacing between our cabins. No one's on top of each other. So let's go inside. We've got the door closed because the heater is on. We've got guests checking in about 20 minutes. So we've gone, in the winter, we try as best as we can. Oh, it's gorgeously cozy in here, I can't tell you. Let's see, have I got this? Right, there we go. Now, I know that that makes the candles, I know that makes the angles look a bit weird, but it's the only way to show you. That's less disgusting, isn't it? Anyway, bear with me, you know I'm not great at it, but here we are inside tiny home SAOIRSE. I am going to do these all again in the summer because the Christmas decorations are getting on my nerves. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I was saying that we always, in the winter, when we can, get the wood burners going. Now, how gorgeous are these wood burners, by the way? And that contraption on top is a little fan. These stoves are way big enough for the tiny homes, but we find that these fans, when the fires really gets going, it self-propels and it boosts the heat up to the top level to make it extra cozy. I've mentioned before these lovely heat shields. This is another Vlaze heat shield. I'll put contact details in the comments, or the details, so you can see where they're from. They're amazing, and again they mean that you can put your stove closer to the wall than as if you didn't have anything behind it. So SAOIRSE is the biggest of our tiny homes. I mean, I'm using a wide angle, but it is big. You can tell by the amount of cupboards and things we've got here. So we've got a kitchen here, living space here with a sofa bed, and then the bathroom is through there. I really like this panel. This was Julian who built this cabin. It was a small crew, Fraser project managing and Julian chief builder. And he had the idea of doing this with some leftover wood, and it's got lighting. I don't think it'll show. We've got the broom leaning up against it, and also the hook for the loft ladders upstairs. Anyway, I should have moved them, but I didn't. So this is how it is. Let's show you things how they are. And this panel has some lighting behind it. So at night you put the lighting behind and it kind of glows. Looks really cool. So here we are. And these tiles were really expensive. They're National Trust. If you're watching from overseas, National Trust is a British charity or English charity, I think. I'm not sure that they're in Scotland. They look after historical buildings, and they bought out a tile range. I can't remember the name of the company that does the tiles, but I will look it up and put it, because aren't they fabulous? I fell in love with them. They cost hundreds, but I managed to swing that past Fraser. I mean, I could only afford a few, but aren't they great? And some in the bathroom as well. And they were the basis for the colour scheme of the sagey greens. And I'm also a fan of Vernon Ward pictures, covered up by a flipping Christmas stocking, but hey, I love Vernon Ward, don't you? I love his pictures, so atmospheric. A little wicker dining set there, and I'm going to have a slight moan here, because just where this patch of carpet is used to be the most lovely wicker coffee table, and the last guest, it got broken over the Christmas period. I think someone stood on it, because it's pretty solid wood and it got broken. So these things happen, you know. I suggested to the guests, I asked them what happened, but they said they didn't know. It doesn't happen very often. Most people are amazing. But again, it is one of the things, you know, I'm talking about what it's like to run a business like this. And, you know, those sorts of things are annoying, but they happen. And there's no point going on too much. Look at the lovely light. Isn't it beautiful in here today? Now, these wallpaper sections, I'm going to put in a video after this, because it will make you laugh. It's my most commented on video, I think. People were majorly triggered by me using different sections of my vintage wallpaper collection. Anyway, I've got a slow-mo of Fraser, not a slow-mo, anyway, you'll see it, stop action type thing of Fraser and I doing it, which I will put up because it always makes me smile and doesn't trigger me. Anyway, up the top there is the bedroom, and that bed, oh, it's hard to say. I'm not going to climb up the ladder and show you these. I'll drop in a picture I'll drop in a picture down the side. That can either be a king bed or a twin bed. It's a very generous bed up there. And we've got the safety rail up there, and there is a panel that you pull across if you've got children. You can see another Vernon Ward, classic Vernon Ward swan picture up there. Okay. I hope I'm doing this one justice. And if you've seen previous episodes, yes, we've got the fire safety. Always blots the shots, but has to be there. Like I say, this cabin's all ready for guests to check in. So there's the usual fresh flowers and cake. In the summer, we grow our own flowers and they're fab, but we have to buy a few in the winter months. And here I did manage to make a little breakfast bar because there's enough space. So that's kind of nice. I think we've got 4 friends staying in. They're coming for the New Year's Eve, so they've also booked our lovely hot tub. So I hope they're going to have a lovely time. I'm going to go up to my store and see if I can find another coffee table. Anyway, here's the bathroom. I'll pop the light on. It might be noisy. I can't. No, it's not that light. It's this light. No, that's hideous. Oh, no, it's not. That's okay. There is a fan, but that one's not. It's a separate button, so that's good. So here we are. And these are a different kind. I'm going to do a whole, you'll be delighted to hear, I'm going to do a whole vlog post about composting toilets. But they are something that is very divisive. Ours are fantastic. They are diverter sorts. So look that up if you're interested. But I will do, like I say, a whole post about those. I did this kind of mad paint effect. I quite like it. It's a bit mad. More Vernons. More hooks. And shower with those amazing tiles. Aren't they great? I really, really like those. Sorry about the lighting. They're great in the shower. I mean, I don't think... Let's turn the light off, actually. I'm not sure what's better. Anyway, so I just adore these tiles. Honestly, hundreds and hundreds. I'm going to say it again. It was a major expense. So, and then at the other side, we've got the nook. And again, that loft ladder comes down and you can use that area. We've got an amazing 70s peacock chair up there. It's my daughter's, but don't tell her. And you can use that for storage and putting all your belongings and suitcases and things out of sight. So there, I hope you like this cabin. It's one of our most popular ones. Oh, and I didn't show you as well. Sorry, I forgot to mention accessibility things on. There. And you can see in this one that it's possible to find accessible accessories that look stylish as well as being useful. So that little shelf is also a grab rail. And it's nice, isn't it? You know, so often accessibility things are ugly, and I really don't think they have to be. Ditto this, kind of like this is a toilet roll holder, but it's also a grab rail. But it's nice. It's sleek design, and it's not hideous. You know, I'm really like that. And we always use Who Gives a Crap toilet paper. If you've never heard of it, look it up. I might put a little link in there as well. Or maybe I'll put a referral. Anyway, here we go. Big bag of cushions there for the outdoor chairs, and also extra blankets, because who doesn't like, especially if you're sitting outside and stargazing. So I better beat it because our guests will be here soon. This is a nice place to sit. When we have retreats, I've noticed that this one tends to be the gathering point. It's got a bigger deck maybe, and it's sort of central. Because we've got 6 cabins, so there's those 3 there, and then just 2 the other side. But this does tend to be, people bring all the garden furniture over here, and quite often do a gathering. I might drop in a photo. I've got a really great one of a great group of guys who stayed. West Wittering cricket team. They were great. In fact, they're coming back next year, which we're really happy about. They were great. So I'll pop in the picture of them.